Hey, what's going on, dudes and dudettes? It's Pip Surfer with another daily update for the Cowabunga system. Hope you all had a great day today. Like I said, I'm going to try to do video updates every day if possible, so this is day number 2 and we're on our way. We've seen some choppiness. Yesterday we saw a trend change candle in the middle of our session. Today, very similar story. I'm going to jump right into our 4-hour chart. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, please scroll up to the top and click the link that says read this first, because that will give you all the rules to the system. Read it over and over again and try to follow it, and once you understand it, then come back to these blogs and these videos and it should make a lot more sense. If not, you'll probably be confused during most of this update. Alright, so that's my little disclaimer. Now let's go ahead and move forward. Here's my 4-hour chart for the cable, and I'm going to move it back to before midnight so you can see what my chart looked like. And remember yesterday, late in our trading session, we saw a new trend change candle which changed the trend from up to down. Now at the start of my trading day, no new trend change candles has formed, so as far as I'm concerned, the trend is still down and I'm only looking for short trades. Now if I move my chart forward into today's action, you'll see that actually we'll stop right here. No new trend change candles is formed, but we'll see a lot of bullish movement, similar to what happened to us yesterday with the market going in the opposite direction as our trend. And as I am doing this update now, this is the 12 p.m. candle Eastern time, so you can see that it's about to form what looks like maybe a new trend change candle again back to the upside. And you can just see that from about the 27th of August up until right now, we're seeing a lot of choppiness. We did have a nice bearish movement at the start of the 24th, which moved all the way up to about the 27th of August, and since then we've been just seeing a lot of choppiness. So a very dangerous time to trade right now, and again, that's why we have the system to kind of help us filter out any fake outs or whipsaws. So as far as today, the trend remained down the entire day, even though we saw a lot of bullish movement. Remember, we're only going by our trend change candles, and as far as we were concerned, we only saw a trend change candle for a downtrend, meaning that's all that we looked for was short trades. Okay? So I'm moving my 15-minute chart now. This is my 15-minute chart. Now moving it to before midnight, so you can see what it looks like. But before I start trading, remember, I want to look at my news events for today. So I'm going to open up babypips.com, click on this tools tab, and it'll automatically bring up the news for today. And remember, we're only looking at news that affects either the sterling or the dollar, because that's the pair that we're trading. So you can see at 4:30 we had the purchasing manager index construction for the sterling. If you scroll down to 8:15, we had the ADP employment change. And then at 8:30, the non-farm productivity, again for the dollar. Okay, and then at 10 a.m. we had factory orders, and then 2 p.m. we had FOMC minutes. So we had quite a busy day as far as news events, and what you want to do with these is really just take a notepad out and just jot the times that the news are coming out. Remember, you want to relate it to whatever time zone you're trading in, but just you want to make a note of those because you don't want to be in the market during those news events. We're not really concerned as what the forecasts are or whatever. That's more for long-term strategy plays, but we are concerned about when those news events come out because we don't want to be stuck in the market at those times. Alright, so I'm just going to jot down those times. Again, I had 4:30, 8:15, 8:30, 10 a.m., and 2 p.m. All of those are Eastern time. And then now I'm just going to move my chart forward one candle at a time. And we're basically just getting a sped up process of what my day looked like as the chart moved forward. And you can kind of see what my thinking process is. Okay, remember, we're looking for short trades, and right here at 1:30 I get a crossover to the short side. So now what I want to do is just look at my indicators. Alright, so RSI is below 50, it's barely below, it's about 48.83. Stochastics are trending down, and MACD is positive and losing value. This does make this a valid entry, so I want to enter at the close of this candle, or as close to it as possible, and this is at 61.56. Now our stop's going to be at the most recent swing high, and for our target, we want to go for the nearest 50 or 0 level. However, since our entry is at 61.56, our nearest 50 level is at 61.50. So that doesn't give us hardly any profit potential. So what we want to do in this case is go for a 1-to-1 reward to risk ratio. So how I do that is I want to calculate my stop, calculate how many pips I'm risking on the trade. So to do that, I just take my stop, which is 61.78, and I'm going to subtract that from my entry at 61.56, and then I get 22 pips. That's how much I'm risking. So now I just want to go for that amount of pips, so I'm just going to subtract 22 from my entry, which is 61.56 minus 22, and I get a target at 61.34. Okay, so that's going to be my initial target. It's just going for a 1-to-1 reward to risk ratio, since my nearest 50 or 0 level is too close to my entry. So now I can just let my trade roll, and you can see very quickly at 2 a.m. I got stopped out. And so what do you do then? Well, nothing really. You can't do much, but you just move on, count that as a loss, and just continue to move forward with your day. Again, okay, here we get another crossover at 3 a.m. Now we just look at our indicators. RSI is below 50, stochastics trending down. MACD has gone from positive to negative. This makes this a valid entry. We enter at the close of the candle, which is at 61.46. Our stop's going to be at the most recent swing high at 61.91. Now this time our nearest 0 or 50 level is at 6100. Our entry is at 61.46. So this gives us about 46 pips of potential profit. So that is definitely far enough, so we can leave it at that and just let our trade move forward. So we'll just let the trade roll. Remember, I have news coming out at 4:30. Right here is my 4 o'clock candle, 4:15. No news is coming out at 4:30. So whether or not I'm winning or losing, in this case I'm slightly up, you want to close out your trade before the 4:30 news candle. So I'm just going to go ahead and exit at the close of this candle at 61.33. And then just let the trade, or excuse me, let the market do its thing. There's 4:30, and we'll just continue to move forward. And you can see that was actually a good strategy for us to get out, because you can see that the market started to move bullish again, and you can see that continues to move upwards. So it was a really good idea to get out of that trade before the news event. Okay, so it's 7:30. 8 o'clock, we know we have news coming out at 8:15, so you don't want to do anything there. We see a lot of volatility. Here's 8:30, not much going on there. We know our next news event's at 10 a.m. It's about 9:15 here, so you really don't want to enter anything because you know news is coming out in about half an hour. All right, here we actually get a crossover, but again, I said our news is coming out in about half an hour, so we don't want to enter. But we'll just look at our indicators just for the fun of it. RSI is actually above 50, so that automatically cancels out the signal. Stochastics are trending down, but MACD was negative from the candle before, so this wouldn't even be a good signal, even if it wasn't around a news event. But either way, no entry there, no signal. There is our 9:45 candle, 10 o'clock, okay? And then now we can just keep moving forward with the market. You can see nothing else going on. We're looking for short trades still, and right here is noon. 12 p.m. Eastern time, and that ends my trading session. So I'm not in a trade, so therefore I'm done looking, I'm done trading for the day, and that's pretty much it. So, but if you look at your 4-hour chart right now, currently as I'm updating this, you'll see that a new trend change candle seems to be forming. However, it doesn't actually, it's not actually confirmed as a new trend change until the candle actually closes. So we'd have to see until 4 p.m. to see whether or not there's a new trend change. So that's pretty much it. We had one winner, one loser, but remember, just follow the rules, and you're going to find yourself just kind of evening out, maybe slightly positive, slightly negative during these times of whipsaws and just ranging movement, but that's okay. You just want to stay in the game until the market starts to trend again, and that's when we're going to really see those gains. Alright, so that's pretty much it for today's update. Again, feel free to ask questions on the blog or on the forums, and I will see you all on the next update. Cowabunga, dudes.